What's going on, everybody? I was gonna go out and test out some different angles on the Mustang, see how it looked. I decided to do a quick little pre-trip and check my vacuum, and it was kind of low for what it sits at. So I decided to do some testing, checking, and I actually found out that some of my spark plugs, some of them are all fouled out or nasty. Where's a bad one? There's you can kind of see on this one it's a little discolored. So I decided to change it. I only had 4 of them. I had an old pack. So I decided to change 4 of them, and it started running better, started getting better vacuum. So I'm gonna go get the next 4 and see if we can do a quick little tune-up on it. Maybe I'll still do the video. I'm trying to get it done before my brother-in-law gets here. We're gonna be installing some cats back on his car. He has a VQ, so doesn't really like how it sounds, which is good. So he's not one of those annoying guys. But yeah, so let's try and get this done before he gets here. Riley's, one place that saves me all the time. Got the spark plugs, clean ass 370Z right there. Let's head back, get this installed, and hopefully I can get that little clip of it rolling around. We'll see. Running out of time already. We're back. We got the spark plugs. I'm gonna start wrenching away at it and see how it goes. Hopefully I can get it idling right and start running right so we can go get this video done. Look at that 9-day difference. Look at that one. For those of you wondering why it might be all discolored, I actually went to different elevations and never decided to check on the carburetor. I didn't know that you were supposed to constantly adjust for elevation, and this is drastic elevation. It wasn't just a few hundred, it was a few thousand. I think it was 1,000 or 2, maybe 1,500. But yeah, I never decided to mess with it. I just left it because it was still running. I didn't know anything about carburetors, still don't know too much, but now I'm starting to understand that any elevation change, I am supposed to adjust it, which I'm glad I learned now than later, I guess. But yeah, so that's the reason why. So either it was running too rich, I highly doubt it's rich, that looks too burnt, so probably running too lean if anything. So, but yeah, now I know, and hopefully I prevent it, and hopefully that was the whole issue with it, but we'll see. For those tech guys, yes, I like checking everything down to spec just because this is my personal vehicle. For everybody else would probably just get a nice snug type feeling. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I ain't got much room to play in there. So that's one of the things I do hate about this style. I mean, I could change the booster out to a newer style, I think the Terminator ones are smaller. But I ain't got time for that. We balling on a budget, so gotta do the best we can with what we got, so I'm just gonna have to suffer through it. Thankfully, this side is pretty open, so I'm easy to get to. So for most of you that don't know, carburetors, they don't adjust to different elevations, temp change, or any of that. All this thing just does is if you press that gas pedal, it'll just say you want fuel, and it'll send you all of it that it has. So when it comes to everything specifics, daily driving this thing, I do have to check it constantly, which is why I decided to check it, and thank God I did, because 8 vacuum is not good. It's supposed to be between, I think they said 14 to 21, which can be caused by different things, from one being spark plugs to just bad carburetor, timing, or even a vacuum leak. So it's a good thing I checked it now than later when we started racing, because it could have caused more damage. Like I said in my previous video, I did move, and when I moved, I was at a different elevation. So for a year and a half, this thing was probably running too lean, which is what caused it. Because to be honest, after I moved back up, I didn't even touch it for almost a year and a half. And even then, I didn't even check the carburetor or any of this. This is the only year I really started learning about vacuum and how to check it all. So, but yeah, at least I caught it now. And it's all fresh plugs, fresh valve relashing, which is another issue that I went through. Apparently my front 2 cylinders, they were almost closed, so I was in a sense of V6. The guy was actually impressed that this thing was still running. He found no issues in it, so that was good. I'm glad, I'm thankful for it. So now I'm just hoping the spark plugs work, and after that, hopefully everything runs right, and hopefully have this engine for a few more years before I do a different engine swap in it. Personally, I like adding a little bit of dielectric grease to each spark plug, just because I feel like it helps it. Not like a shit ton, like a little dab. I feel like that's enough just to keep it, especially since it's a fresh plug. You want to try and maintain it and use it as long as you can. Unless you got that like race car kind of money where you can just send it, buy a new one, and be alright. Alright, like I said, we're ballers on the budget, so I guess that's one of the drawbacks of having a old school car, is that not everything will tell you. It's usually you either hear it, smell it, or in some cases you might see that something's wrong. So yeah, old school cars, you just have to know, you just have to be on top of your maintenance all the time and just roll with it. If you hear something and you're skeptical, obviously check it out. It doesn't hurt. It costs money, but fuck, it's way better than spending a whole 100 grand for a new engine. Well, 100 grand if you're like a pro racer. This is like five grand, I say. For those that don't know, this is a spark plug gap. You can just get these at like AutoZone, like I got mine. All it just does is just measure the gaps. Mine is supposed to be at 35. I don't know if you can see, it's like right at 30. For those that don't know, I just found out even through TikTok, this little hole up top, you're supposed to use it to help open up the gap on it. So you just put it on there. I just do like little pushes. Start from the beginning, let it glide. Better. Boom, right on the money, 35. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm dripping sweat just from how hot it is. And this is supposed to be like our autumn time. It's like the beginning of October. Still hot as hell. I think it's like 109, 110 today. Still hot. It's all good. I think in the next 2 weeks it's gonna start cooling down. So start driving this thing around more, start going to more meets in it instead of having to take the daily. But it's all good. Get to enjoy it. At least I catch the maintenance on it. But fuck it. Sometimes it's just dumb luck that you catch stuff ahead, and then sometimes you get that real dumb luck where you find out after. So I just want to take a quick second. I got caught up in the moment while working on the Mustang that I didn't really explain what it is that I was doing. So just so you guys know, that little screw right there basically adjusts how much fuel and air mixture goes in, basically adjusting how much fuel in a sense. There's one on each side. You'll see me mess with it, and I'm trying to get it to where it runs a little rough and then back it out about a turn to half a turn. The goal is trying to get as much vacuum out of it, which I ended up getting to 11, 12, which is pretty good. But I just figured to give a quick explanation. Just got caught up in the moment, and yeah, I'll let you guys get back to the video. Yeah, helped it, but didn't do too much. So I'm gonna have to take it back to the guy that did the lash on it, see if he can help me out with it, see what we can do. Yeah, I'll probably cut it right here and then come back to it in the morning because the guy's already shut down. So, yeet.